Wingers, just thought I'd do a video guide to one of the semi-regular downwinders that we do on Loch Fyne. Unlike most of our downwinders which are based around Oban, this one's a little bit more of a drive, but when it's on, it's definitely worth it. It works best in southeast winds with an outgoing tide, and the really unique thing about this place is that the bumps form really quickly. So I've watched it go from dead flat, no wind, wind starts picking up 15 to 20 knots, and the bumps start forming up almost immediately, unlike some of the other lochs which take 1 or 2 days of the wind piling up to really give you some nice shape. This place is on almost immediately. This is a typical GPS track of the run. Straight line distance is about 16 kilometres, and with all your carving around you can see it's about 27 kilometres all up, and takes about an hour and a half. Depends on how much you hang around, it can be up to 2 hours. This is the finishing point at Ardrishaig, right next to where the Crinan Canal exits out into Loch Fyne. There's a big car park there where you can leave your drop vehicle with your change of clothes, or it's also possible to get a bus back to the start from here. So if you can stash your clothes in a dry bag, it's possible to come back. There's a pretty decent cafe across the road that you can wait for the bus. I think they're every 2 hours or so, and then you can go back up and collect your vehicle from the starting point again. The starting point is the town of Tarbet. If you follow the road round on the south side of the bay, around towards the ferry terminal, and then keep driving around, there you come to like a little bay almost at the end of the road. In this little bay you are actually in the lee side, so to begin with you're going to have to paddle out to the wind. Just be aware that it's a fairly narrow entrance and there will be boats coming in and out, unless they're cancelled for bad weather, in which case you know the conditions are going to be awesome. But just make sure you stay upwind and wait for a nice clear opening before you head off downwind and cross the shipping channel. As soon as you're out, you'll start hitting those first bumps, and depending upon where your skill level's at, you'll be riding for minutes at a time. These are some of the most beautiful rides of any of the downwinders that we do. This place is just fantastic. The first obvious land feature you'll see is this big headland that sticks out. It's almost like a little island, and just beware in behind that the water's quite shallow. There's some shallow rocks in there, and then you'll head down and hit the fish farm, and that area tends to be really good. The water kind of smooths out there and you get some beautiful, beautiful shaped waves just in there.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Maybe sunshine and maybe rain. But as for me, I'll wait and see. And maybe it'll bring my love to me.
So then you'll continue your merry way downwind, and eventually you get to another fish farm. Again, same hazards, just look out for the buoys and stuff. You'll find pretty glassy water on the inside, close in between the fish farm and the beach. And other than that, keep on riding.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Maybe sunshine and maybe rain. But as for me, I'll wait and see. And maybe it'll bring my love to me. No.
home stretch to Ardreshag, you'll start noticing a few more channel markers. So there's a fairly narrow channel there leading out of Crinan Canal. Just be aware there's some big logging ships that go out of there. So if you see any of those, just stay well clear. But chances are, if the conditions are really good, then it's going to be too snotty for any other smaller boats to be out there anyway. So you should have it all to yourself. I would rate this as an intermediate level downwinder. It's quite safe in regards to the fact that you do have a road running right next to you and you don't need to go very far from shore to get out into the really nice bumps. The only thing to be aware of is that the swell builds quite quickly when the wind comes up. So although it might be really smooth when you first start off, if the wind starts coming up, if a big squall comes, then expect the waves to start increasing in size quite quickly as well. But other than that, it's really safe. You're going into an ever narrowing bay, so if you did lose a wing or something, you're just going to get blown down into a nice safe area. So yeah, hopefully see more people out here enjoying this beautiful downwinder sometime. Ciao.